Hey folks, it is June 11th, and here I'm going to review the offer to the urban unit. This is off of the medium-sized version, although I will take some notes from the 17-page version. This is quite long, so there's going to be stuff that if there's no change, I'm just going to skip it. Their wage offer is 13.59% over 4 years. Currently, we are 14% behind since 2018. That's including the 5% you received last year. That will make us about 25% down over the last 6 years. So that's not good enough for me. Signing bonus, this is always a trap. It's not pensionable. It is taxable and works out to about 12.5 cents over the life of the agreement. The cost of living allowance, they've brought down from like 13.5 to 7.16%. During COVID, it was 5.33%, I believe, that they had to meet as a minimum. And then we started receiving payments. Again, COLA does not affect your wage, so it's just a one-time payment. Not good enough. 7.16% is way too high for us, especially if we're not going to get wages that commensurately balance out to the inflation rate that's coming down. Short-term disability, they want to increase the benefit from 70 to 80% of regular wages, which I'm all for. There's more complicated stuff there. Any employees who happen to have top-up credits can use those for 95%. Speaking of top-up credits, back in the day we used to have sick days, and you could build those up over time, roll them over year after year after year, which became your top-up credits. Now we have personal days where we have 7, and then the government has given us 10 sick days. Canada Post feels that it's there within their authority to only give you 5, or 6 of those days, and they want to lock them in. Canada Post was adamant that sick days were different from personal days, which is why they could change the system. And now that Canada Post, the government has given us 10 sick days, they're trying to say they're the same. So, I'd rather have better pay, but I'll take the days. Compensatory time. They want to increase the number of days that can be carried over for compensatory time from 5 days to 10 days. If you work overtime, you can bank that overtime and then use it for days off. But the problem is that they want to create a number of different positions that will virtually guarantee you're never going to get overtime. They want to create weekend delivery positions in Group 2. Basically, these people will be guaranteed 15 hours per week, but they can work up to 40. This new classification will only apply where a weekend parcel model has been implemented. I think they want to do that in the NHL cities. So initially, they'll just be there to deliver parcels on the weekend, which will then affect long full-time letter carrier routes values, because generally you end up with more parcels on Monday, and those values affect the way your route is built. This will reduce the overall value of your route, which will reduce the number of routes in a building, which reduces the number of jobs. Flex staffing. So we're not against weekend delivery, we're just against how they want to do it. Flex staffing, they want to create a part-time employee function within letter carrier classifications. They work 20 hours per week as a minimum, can be forced to work 30, and can work up to 40 voluntarily. They'll get 2 days off that are consecutive, and it cannot exceed 15% of the full-time letter carrier assignments in a postal unit or installation. So here's the deal with that. They have these people who are going to come and take work from you. Presumably they would have authority over relief people to do this. So as the number of relief, which are determined by a calculation, are not working, these part-time people will take their jobs. We're going to lose 100 or 200 or 300 jobs in the city of full-time letter carriers. I'm sure the company will be happy to move you to a flex position. This is a terrible idea. This is going to cause a bloodbath amongst letter carriers overall. It's just a bad scene. Later on in this, they talk about how they want to change the bar chart calculations for relief from once a year to quarterly, and I wonder why that is. Because they want to be able to reduce the number of relief every quarter as they come in. So part-time workers will be increased to 15-hour minimum work schedule per week. This is something new to me, was that part-time workers actually don't have a minimum number of hours they can work a week. I guess that would be 3, because if they come in a week, they have to work 3 hours. So this is, I guess, a good thing, but we'll probably never see it because we're going to have weekend delivery and flex delivery people. So load leveling, the idea here is that they want to be able to even out your routes every day. The goal here is to avoid the overburdening of some routes and ensure a more balanced workload. And then before you leave in the morning, they can assign extra work to you. Data will be used to support the redistribution of some activities. Apparently, letter carriers will continue to have the same route day to day. Load leveling may remove some work from your route and add it to another route, but for the most part, your route will remain unchanged. This allows them to not bother fixing the route measurement system and not bother fixing your route. You'll be perpetually the person who has the hard route that's never going to get done, and then the other letter carriers will be mad at you because you're giving them work they're not going to get paid to do. Right? So, Canada Post wants a punch clock. They should put one in. Dynamic routing. So they want to do a soft launch. And the reason they want to do a soft launch is because they don't even know what they want. They want to create 10 facilities during the life of the collective agreement. So 2 years, 2.5 years right now, because we're still not into this agreement. And they want to create smaller fixed areas called loops. Maybe that's routes. They don't know what they want. So they're not defining what they want. I mean, they go to the point of saying that your per piece rates for neighborhood mail will be continued until January 2030. This means employees using dynamic routing models will continue to receive a per piece payment. So they really don't know what they want. So how the hell are we supposed to sign this? Right? There's no way to do that. SSD, they've agreed to talk about concerns we have raised, such as start times, time allowances, but really nothing. Relief employees would cover all absence assignments based on seniority, regardless of the type of absence. They want to change it so that we don't have vacation leave and other absences. We just have the one, which will be terrifying. For fleet maintenance employees, this isn't all bad. They want to have everybody voluntarily change from MAM 10 and MAM 11 salary scales to the ELE3 salary scale. They want to make adjustments to the maintenance helper cleaner function. They want to create an additional electrician function, which is EIM 10 positions, based on a revised job description. And they want to create an apprenticeship program for light vehicle maintenance, VHE 9 apprenticeship program, which is actually a good thing. 5-minute wash-up time. They want to get rid of the 5-minute wash-up time. They say this won't affect your pay. It just gives you 5 minutes more work. This was a company that forced us to wash our hands during COVID, which I don't object to. I wash my hands all the time. But this is a job where we handle live animals. We handle people's mail. We handle parcels that have been destroyed and have contents leaking out of them. Letter carriers are out on the road where there are no hand washing facilities available, and they don't want to give you 5 minutes to do it. So this affects all of us, and it's not good. So here they're touting that temporary employees will have opportunities to become permanent employees because parcel deliveries and part-time flex positions will create permanent jobs, and that the benefits that they include will include the benefits that all regular carriers get. Except for one thing, they only guarantee you 15 hours on a job. You have to work 10 days out of the month for Canada Post to pay their share of the benefits. So if you work Saturday, Sunday as parcel delivery, you're never going to make those 10 days. So this is a lie. And then the future employees, for some reason, need to wait 6 months after they've been hired. You've already been a temp employee for 3 years. Now you need to wait 6 more months to get your benefits. And then they will say they will receive the defined benefit pension plan, competitive wages on the same grid as regular employees. But they don't mention anything about COLA, health benefits, personal days, pre-retirement. Not that they're necessarily not going to get them, but they don't mention it. And I don't like the fact they don't mention it. So overall, this deal is a bad scene. It is a terrible idea. We're going to lose lots of full-time jobs if we go through this thing. They're going to eventually lose your flyer payment. They're going to not fix the letter carrier route measurement system because they don't want to use it at all. And they want us to accept a dynamic model that they have not defined. I cannot recommend this to anyone. So if it does come to a vote, vote no. Have a great day. Keep your chin up.